as we have our backs whenever our foes come by. This time we will win. This time we'll have to join forces. This time we will win. This time we'll have to join forces. Castles and dragons, the battle begins tonight. Are you with me? This is our kingdom and we won't run tonight. We are a team. Castles and dragons, the battle begins tonight. Are you with me? This is our kingdom and we won't run tonight. We are a team. We can do anything together if we just try. And as long as we have our backs whenever our foes come by. This time we will win. This time we'll have to join forces. This time we will win. This time we'll have to join forces.
Hello and welcome to the first stream for week 3 of RSC League Play. It's my first cast of the season. Sato, it is your first cast in about 3 years, but what a time to come back. 3 years, 3 seasons at least. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, it's about 6 seasons. Two a
6
season.
seasons. Yeah, I was right with 3 years. However, you've came back at the right time. We've got first versus third in Master at this point in time. Dogon versus Iovi. And can you tell us a little bit about these teams before we go ahead and
So
get straight
we
into the
got
action?
we got Dog on a little bit of a hot streak at the moment here. You got 4 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses. You've got a record of 12 wins and 4 losses. IOV, you've got a 2-1-1 record. So you got what 10 wins, 6 losses. So it's a bit of a banger actually. We got Jazz, we got Flo, we got Boss. On IOV, we got Sammy, Sloffy, and Barissa. It should actually be a banger. It's first versus third in a master. You know?
Exactly. I mean, I'm on the same wavelength as you. We spoke about it a little bit behind the scenes. We don't necessarily know too much about this Iowa roster, so it's going to be exciting to see what they can bring to the table and what they can offer heading into this match. It's got to be a match which they're going to have to step up into. And I mean, Senji can throw on the predictions which we had on screen. I said it'd be a 3-1 to Dogon. You said it'd be a 3-1 the other direction.
Yeah, I said 3-1 IOV. I root for the underdogs. What can I say? It's unfortunate that I'm born this spread this way, but I like the underdog story really. So 3-1 IOV.
Through on IOV indeed. I mean, might as well go ahead and get straight into the action. First match of today, 4-game series as always here in RSC League Play. Best of fives, best of sevens don't get implemented until later in the season. The players are ready to go in the match. I mean, Sato, let's enjoy this one.
Let's have a banger. Took a boss. Barissa on kickoff goes in favour of IOV. Got Sammy on the ball here. Sammy has a flick. Jazz is up, just meet it. Barissa's up there, but can't do much. You got Sophie pinching in the corner, but Bossy just takes it easy. Putting it always in the corners, it's easier than anything. You got Flo up in the air at the moment, and it's straight best by Barissa. Back all, it's a bit like ping pong at the moment, isn't it, like Potter?
Really is. No shots, no goals coming through just yet. Sophie trying to get the opening one here. Jazz clearing that one away off of the back ball. Barissa pops it up, keeps it alive. The offense is scintillating. The cuts of rotations are mesmerizing here by the team in orange of Iowa. This one could just drop into the top left. Bosse had to get a touch on it and did so successfully.
Yeah, you'd say it's kind of like it's just breaking each other in, isn't it? Always is first game, first minute, just testing how they are, testing how they deal with pressure. A little bit of a bump here and there, won't go amiss. But you see, it's just pressure. It's side by side, corner by corner. No one's going to really do much. A little bit of control here and there, but you need a bit more.
To Barissa, giving us exactly that time on the ball, dropping it down to his teammate Sammy. Boss is going to be able to get this one up, but again, just beat out by Slothy, not being a sloth to that ball as Jazz pops this one high and wide. Boss is going to have to turn it again, but the speed just coming out by Iovi to keep the offense going. Flo cutting rotation once again, just keeping it up, trying to get this ball out of defense. They have not had a shot on goal just yet, but they're going to have to try and break through this Iovi side somehow, but Barissa could potentially find the opening goal, slotted into the bottom left-hand corner, but Jazz gets a save, keeps Dogon in game 1.
It's a beauty of a save as well, little pre-flip action right there. Oh, it's Sloughy. Oh, it's in. It's in. It's just like that. It's in. 3 minutes 19 on the clock. First goal. It's a cheeky little backboard here. Look at this. Bang. And then it's just easy slotting for Barissa. No one was expecting it.
Exactly. I mean, the offense was coming through Flyovi in the first 2 minutes for the entirety of the game. However, that goal, somewhat unexpected. Jazz's clear just wasn't good enough. Went straight to Slothy, slowed it down for Barissa to put into the back of the net. But again, the time by the demo is coming through for this Iovi roster. We can see how well organised they truly are. But this one could just end up into the back of the net. Slothy had to get a touch onto the backboard. Again, did so. Bosse trying to touch this one down to Flo. Again, Barissa up for this one. Poor clearance. Could get a touch on it. Could be a redirect into the goal, but Jazz, again, just taking time. This one popped off of the right side wall onto the backboard. Someone's going to be there for the double touch. 2 players go for it, but Bosse gets a touch away. Defense staying strong for Dogon so far.
Yeah, it's a nice little game now. We've got a goal. It's another one. Every time I speak, Barissa makes magic happen. I've got a little party errors distraction, but I've disconnected, but Barissa has not disconnected from this game. It's another goal, another shot.
Well, we can say that Barissa, makes magic, but Jazz again just was not able to get the save, didn't get enough contact onto that ball to divert it away from the goal, and it's a 2-0 advantage to Iovi here in game one. Still don't think that Dogon have registered a shot. This could be a double touch for Marissa.
It's a
It's
little
a
gun.
own goal.
It's a beauty of a forced own goal though. Little nice little one touch there to get the action. If he didn't own goal, it would have been dunked. You couldn't do much.
Questions called again. Onto that Dogon defense. Maybe someone should have been up earlier for it to prevent Bosse being put into that situation. However, half the game, gone to 3-0 deficit is what we find ourselves in. It's going to be a mountain of a climb, mountain to climb for Dogon. But Sato, do you think they'll be able to do it?
They definitely can. They need more pressure. They just need more ball control. At the moment, it's just ping pong. A little bit more ball control there. Nice little touch. Is anyone following? Little double. Little nice action from Boss. Bosch, have that. 2 in.
Really is probably the first opportunity they've had all game, first real opportunity at that anyway. And it's definitely the goal which you need to put in the back of the net in a situation like this. 2 goals still the deficit, 2 minutes ready to overturn it.
Yeah. Plenty of time on the clock, isn't there, Potter? I've seen magic happen in less. Bossy up low. Sammy, nice little 50-50 right there. Little bit control. No, we'll hit backboard. We'll go with that one then. Little demo attempt there as well. Hits it off the sidewall. Misses. Boss is there. Can't touch. Nice little 50, by the way. That's in. That's a beauty of a 50. That's my 50 in my dreams right there from Boss Lassie. What a 50.
Yeah, literally, you think, maybe Dogon are struggling, but 2 quick-fire goals puts them right back in contention of it. A minute 45 left to find that equaliser. They've got plenty of time to find it. As you say, you've seen bigger comebacks being kind of depleted in less time than this. However, in Master, it's always a feat to get a comeback of 0-3 overtime.
It is definitely a comeback, but I'm pretty sure we had a 4-goal comeback about last week, so I don't really want to talk about it anymore. But it's a nice little pass. It's the beauty of save actually from Sloughy. Holy. Nice little touch up front. Boss has missed it. It's a good recovery save. Didn't really need that though if he saved. Jazz is up, Boss is up, it's met equal, 50-50. Jazz gets the ball, and now we're in the corner. Little touch here, little pass there. A little demo in the back actually, but Sammy has 0. Oh, that's so unlucky.
50 coming through. Slothy to keep up the offense again. They want this insurance goal back in their favour. Float touches it over to Jazz to try and clear it off the back lines once again. Probably a bit of miscommunication allowed Bossy to go for that ball, but ultimately did end up leaving it. But the offense again transitioning over into Dogon's favour. All they need to do is run down the clock. They've got 40 seconds left and they'll be winning game 1 in probably an extraordinary fashion, considering what we saw in the opening couple minutes of this game. But Sammy taking control, trying to get it past 2 defenders, just keeping it close once again. All they need to do is delay time in order to win this first game. Bossy tried to pop it through, ended up having his teammate come over the top as well. Barissa trying to drop this one down, only as far as to Jazz. 2 players that go once again for Dogon. The communication can't be on the same
Beauty of
page.
the
Jazz
demo.
has to make the save again. As you say, beauty on the demo, but was not enough to find that 4th goal. Pass down to Slothy, no touch found. Jazz there. Still, they've got 8 seconds left to try and find an equaliser. It's touched over to Bossy. That's a poor touch. It's only going to go straight to Slothy. Sends it straight up to Flow. 0 seconds. Ball touches the ground. I overtake game 1.
I mean, it's a banger of a game 1 though, no? A little 3-2, little 2-goal comeback. Gotta write that in my little book here. But no, it was a nice. I mean, you've got Barissa with what, 7 shots, 3 goals. It's not a bad batting average. Then you got Slothy with 4 shots, 0. You got Sammy with 2 shots and 0. So batting rates, they're solid. You know, it's Dogon. Their backboard is kind of suspect at the moment. Like it's really suspect for some reason. And then it's just possession. It's just hitting hopes, but I think that's just game 1. I really do. I think it's just game 1 nerves.
Well, whatever the answer is, we definitely have a series on our hands. These kind of matches don't fail to disappoint every single time we get them. But I suppose deserved winners in the end for game one. Iovi probably the better team throughout the majority of the 5 minutes. Dogon probably had that 30-second spell where they got the 2 goals, but they need to keep that going up. They need to keep it consistent for the next 5 minutes in order to try and take game number 2 and tie us up at a 1-1 scoreline.
And a little fun fact, actually, Sloughy used to play for Death Cloud from good old Twitch chat. Thanks, Twitch chat. What a legend. Are we map changing?
Well, I suppose we're gonna have to map change because
Oh,
Starbase Arc is not a part
it's
of
yeah,
our map rotation.
it's. I guess we'll go a quick pause here. Well, good old Senji. He's new. Don't blame him. He's only been a caster for a day, so let's not take it all out on Senji.
I suppose we mentioned you not having casted in about 3 years, coming back today. But Senji hasn't streamed or, I believe, casted in about 2 seasons, so it is nice to have the Senji edition back with us. So thank you to Senji for pressing the buttons in the background. But Forbidden Temple is what we have lined up next for Game 2, Dogon against Iovi. And I suppose we can flip the question back to you, Sato, of, who do you think is going to take this game to?
It'll be Iovi. Iovi looks stronger at the moment, no? Like, genuinely, I think Iovi just looks stronger than Dogon, because Dogon can't defend the backboard at the moment. They got nice players, they got nice little touches. There was the double top, it was lovely. But what can you repeat it? Obviously, master players are giga insane, but can you keep repeating just solo individual efforts when your backboard is so suspect?
Well, I suppose the answer to that is, if they want to win game 2, they're gonna have to repeat it. They're gonna have to do it again, and they're gonna probably have to do it more as well to try and get enough games, try and get enough to actually um. Sorry, I've lost my train of thought completely. Take over from me.
Yeah, while Potter tries and get his train of thought back, we're back right into the action on the stations. Got a little nice touch from Floor, a little bit of a boom. Boss takes control and probably waits for a little flick. Can he take 2? Nice little 50 into the midfield, but Sammy's there to meet it. You got Jazz a little bit of time, hits the ball away, tries to get a bit more pressure, relieve a little bit more pressure now. Barissa touches the corner, nice little touch back. Sloughy's got 1 here. Jazz with a nice little save. Sloughy now has boost, so we're lucky with that one. So you got Boss up, Boss misses for Float. Float, nice little bit of communication. Flow with a little flip reset angle. It's unlucky. It's unlucky. He gets demoed for his efforts though. You got Barissa is up. Anyone mid? Sloughy, it's just behind him actually. That's unlucky. It's dropping as well. That's awkward. Sloughy, a little bit of control now in the midfield. Gets a little flip, gets a little pop, but it's met by Jazz.
In the corner, Flo trying to take possession of this one. Pops it over Sammy. Barissa there to meet it. It's an awkward touch into the depth of the orange defense. Sammy there needs to get a touch, was unable to do so. Jazz ultimately unable to put the shot on target at that as well. Sloppy pops this one up with no boost, forces Bosse into an awkward touch. It's going to fall back to Flo. Sloppy there, trying to again just make it awkward, ends up making it awkward. His teammate falls back to Sammy there, however, pops it over Bosse Lassie. It's an open double touch, it's onto the crossbar. Sloppy there, surely to put it away onto the backboard once more. Flip reset, got a lot of boost to work with, drops it down to Barissa, faked it with the flip reset. Defender got sent to Planet Zog, and Barissa sends home the first advantage for Iovi.
It's a cheeky little thing. So you get a little double, then you got a little flip reset double to a bump, and then it's just a clean open net. Well in.
Beautiful offense once again from Iovi. 50s in the midfield allows potential pressure for Barissa to continue on, try and get a second goal. Flo cuts out in the midfield. Should be a shot for Bosse. Sammy got sent to the shops, couldn't get the 50 underneath it. It's going to fall back to Flo, no boost, pass up to Bosse off the left-hand side. Well, Barissa's going to be there. He's got time and space to work with, boost as well, but unfortunately does get bumped away from it up to the ceiling. And we can see again, Iovi probably just the dominant team in this. Jazz trying to pop it through. Sammy gets a touch. It's going to fall to Sloppy once again. 2-on-1 should be a bump, should be a goal. Top left corner, as you say perfectly, just was missed. It should probably have been a goal, should probably have been a 2-0 advantage. However, it wasn't, and we stay at 1-0 in favour of Iovi.
I can't believe they missed it. I'm in shock. Jesus. Okay. But yeah, 1-0 still. Floor, nice little pass. Jazz trying with 50. 2 went there, by the way. 2 went. But it's just an open net for Barissa. Floor misses on the backboard again. Jazz has to clear it. It's a little bit of a 50-50 angle. Sloppy's right there, but gets challenged straight away by Boss. Gets challenged straight away by Boss again. Floor with a nice little dink here. It's over 1. Can it be over 2? It's not over 2 though. It's straight in the corner though, which they don't need right now. It's a nice little touch by Flo. He's got a bit of space. He misses, unlucky. You got Jazz hitting it up into the field. Is anyone there? Philip? Nope. Oh, Jazz has had a shot. Jazz with the mid. It's a bit slow though, that pass. It's unlucky. A little bit of a bump on this goal as well. And Sammy with your boom. That could be in. That is in. It's clear cut, copy and paste, counter-attack Rocket League right there. Just boom. Panic. Boom. 2-0.
Well, Sato, I'm sure you'd agree with me. In the first game, we saw some absolutely amazing Rocket League. In the second one, the quality has diminished completely. There's whiffs all over the field. There's open net misses. There's opportunities going astray left, right, and centre. However, the same team, Iovi, my kind of disciplines are just showing, and they've got a minute 30 left in order to go 2-up in the series.
Yeah, exactly. It's not over yet, isn't it? You got a nice little block there, actually. Barissa, with a touch into the corner, just waste some time. You don't really need a goal. You got all the time in your life to boom them after this. Again, little boom. Tests the backboard. Nice little passes out here. No one's up for this. Jazz might have the double. Jazz does have the double. It was missed to save. It was a beauty of a double, beauty of a finish up, but it was missed save.
Well, it went in eventually, and they've got a minute left in order to find an equaliser. You've seen the changes, we've seen the offense try and come through. The defense, I want to say, has looked better, but it's cost them in crucial moments. You know, if Bosse got a second touch on the goal, which made it 2-0 in favour of Iovi, potentially we've got a 1-1 game. They really do have a shout at it. However, my confidence is not entirely there in favour of the Stogon roster. Sammy pops it forward, Flo there to get one touch. It could be a crucial touch at that as well. Jazz into the midfield. Boss is going to be there for the shot. It's dunked away by Slothy. This one onto the right hand side of the post. Going to pop out. No one's going to be there other than Jazz to pop it over Barissa. Sammy there off the sidewall. 32 seconds remaining in order to take game 2. Barissa tried to find the shot again. They're just after this insurance goal. They're not sitting back at all. They're keeping the pressure up. They're keeping Dogon pinned back and making sure they can't create any opportunities.
Yeah, exactly. It's now just keep the ball high, keep it away from Dogon, take low 50 so we can minimise chances. But as we say that, Flo's got the ball. Flo is unlucky without the flip reset there. Boss is up. A little dink. It's a little donk, but it's not there unfortunately. And the ball's dropped. It's 2-5 Ovi. It's close games. It's very, very close games, you know?
It's close games. I 100% agree with you. In terms of the scoreline, in terms of offense, in terms of the actual play styles, the gameplay, I think that Iovi are well on top. We can see it probably just by the shot count in every game which has been played so far. Obviously, we've got 2 more to go, and Dogon can flip the script, flip it upside down, and make it a 2-all game.
No,
However,
exactly. It's the beauty of RSC, isn't it? You go 2 games down, no all's lost. Bam, 2 games, draw. Everyone's happy. Well, no one's happy, but everyone's happy at the same time.
truly,
But
so.
yeah,
The beauty of RSC especially is every single game matters. A series doesn't define whether it's a win or a loss. A win or a loss is in the individual game score itself. If you lose 3-1 but still get that extra game, despite it being a loss, that one extra game can do wonders for you going into the latter stages of the season.
and now it's how Dogon can absorb pressure. That's what I think we're seeing here, more than anything. It's how teams are developing with how they can get pressure and how they treat pressure. Because Dogon at the moment, they can't deal with pressure, and they need that to fix. Zyrovi's just going to boom, bam, bip, bop. That's all they're going to do.
It's all they've needed to do. So if it's not broken, why fix it? They don't need to change. They can continue with what's been working for them. And they've got their eyes set on taking this game through.
They kick off here. Jazz, Sammy misses it, so it's straight back for Sloppy. Sloppy with a nice little control touch here. Wants the 50. Beats Flo though. Little bit of boost to work with. We'll steal that boost and try and challenge again. Boss is now up, but it's going to go straight back to Sammy. Just unlucky on the dunk attempt. You got a player on the side already. They're swarming. Look at Iovi's positioning right here. They're swarming them.
Really are. Again, they're no holds bars offense, trying to get everything they can and throw it straight at this Dogon defense as they have been doing all series long. But I think the main thing here for Dogon is they need to get the first goal. They need to get the momentum in their favour as Bosse plays this one onto the backboard. Slothy there to clear it away once more. Sammy to send it away even further. So to float in the back right corner. Again, it's just going to drop down to Barissa. Could have been a potential opportunity, but 50s in the midfield allows this one to break onto the left-hand side wall. Jazz is going to leave it for Bosse. Again, fails to find the touch. And we've seen this a lot from Bosse Lasse, and they probably need to try and fix this up if they want Dogon to really try and come back into this one.
Yeah, I agree, really. It's a lot of it's one-touch football from Iovi right now. It's get a touch, hopefully to teammate. Like right now, get a touch to teammate, get another touch, and then another person will hopefully be there. They need more touches on the ball. They're insane players. They're incredible. Trust them. Trust it a bit more. Get a couple more touches. Get a little bit more of that 50. And as we say that, it's Sammy's little flick. Sammy does all of the work. Barissa with a little cheeky demo. Slothy with a little bumpy bump, and it's a goal. Just like that.
Just like that, you take a touch, you flick it into the goal. I suppose it's exactly what you've been saying all series long, Sato, where it is the demos are buying time for Iovi, they're taking touches, opening up space for each other, whereas it seems like Dogon, they're just trying to go for constant one-touch passes to each other, they're getting cut out by Iovi, and the pressure just keeps going, until eventually it ends up in the back of the Dogon net.
It's a good strategy, though. I don't know if it's a team thing or if they've worked on specifically for, against Dogon, but it works. My god, it works. And this should be a reminder for anyone in that Master Conference that if they can't figure this out, that's a strategy against them. And they're first at the moment.
Really
but as we say that, it's another missed double. It's a beauty of a save from Barissa. Can he save another? What the? That's unlucky. It is the most unfortunate timing. Actually, it might not matter though. Oh, that's a save as well from Sammy. Jesus. It's another little 50 from Barissa. Just waste more time. It gives them more space to breathe.
Bosse dropping this one down, Barissa there with the clear. Now we get to see a little amount of Dogon pressure as Jazz gets his touch onto the side wall. Someone's got to be there in order to keep it going, but it's cut out by Slothy. Flow there on the back line. It's all good. It's popped up high. Sammy's shot should be into the back of the net, but Jazz does find a beautiful save in order to keep Dogon on it.
Yeah, it's just absorbing the pressure, taking your time with it, making sure your teammates have all got the time and care in the world. It's just pinch angle. It's a nice little read from Jazz though to deny the pinch. Flo does beat the first man. He does miss the second. It's unlucky. Boss Lassie there, and it's just another little corner boom, and it's a nice little read as well from Sammy. Jazz has got the ball now. Goes up in the air. Gets a flip. Gets a bast one, but it's met straight by Barissa. Now Flo's there. Jazz probably might turn on this. He turns. It's a boom. Jazz shoots. It's unlucky. They're trying more and more, and now they're testing and prodding Iovi. The prodding galaxies now. And it's getting closer. The galaxy's ripped apart. It's Jazz with a goal. 1-1.
The Galaxy seemed to have self-imploded. It was a horrible whiff on the goal line from Barissa as he got sent into the stars of the night sky. And Jazz just has an open net and slots it coolly into it. A minute 15 left, and it seems like I've been negative towards Dogon the entire series, but they need to prove something, and this is the perfect time to do so.
I agree completely, actually. I think they're all incredible players. See? They're incredible players.
Not
that
again.
Might be fail of the week because it's the second time Bosse Lassie has been PayPal'd by Iovi. Is this what's occurring?
When I said that we would have fun in this series, I didn't think it would be like this. However, this is how it's going to be. We've got 45 seconds left of Game 3. Jazz onto the right-hand side, all Slothy there, trying to keep it up for Iovi. Bosse needs to get a touch on this, gets it down, only as far as to Barisu, sends it into the midfield once again. Sammy was there with a shot, Jazz there to meet it with a better save to match. Bosse again, touch off the sidewall, only as far as to Sloppy. One touch into the corner as well, could potentially pop this one down. Look for a demo onto Flo instead. Flo, no boost, is going to have to allow Jazz to go for it, but could end up with some awkward rotations, but Bosse does end up clearing this ball away. Pressure staying up for Iovi once again, but poor touch from Barissa allows an opportunity for Jazz. Flo maybe too far up in this one. 8 seconds left. Sammy's going to look to put it mid. Misreads the touch again. 50 in the corner. This one should be dying out, heading into overtime unless for something magical. As Bosse almost sends it into the back of the net, but time on Iovi's side, and we do have overtime in game 3.
And we do gotta go overtime. Dogon needs to win this or their mental's gone. As you say that, Dogon wins. Bossy Lassie makes up for his 2 errors, makes up for his fail of the weeks, and just slots it home. Gently caresses that ball into the net instead of what he did before, hitting it away. Good job, Bossy Lassie, you're insane.
Yeah, he was sat in front of the goal once again. You think, you know what, please not the hat trick of saves. However, he gets the perfect touch. He gets a touch which was needed, and it's the touch which ultimately brings Dogon back into the series. One more game left of it, and I suppose the question really falls, are Dogon going to be able to pull it back, or are Iovi going to run away with it and take it 3-1?
Yeah, but I think the more serious question is is my prediction correct? Because yours is out the window, yours is in the bin. Is mine correct now? I think that's the main question we're going to be asking ourselves here.
It
I
could
think
well be. We've got 5 minutes, Sato, and we'll be able to find out, and we can answer all of your questions about predictions. However, yeah, no, mine has gone out the window, and fair play to Iovi on that.
Yeah, very fair play to Dogon. They've transitioned now. They're more attacking. They're kind of taking a little bit more touches on the ball. You can see it in the stats. Look, Iovi's had 3 shots, and that was on one player. One single player had 3 shots, the rest had 0. Whereas Barissa before was 7 shots, 9 shots, and now he's limited to 0. It's a nice little counterplay now, where they're kind of getting used to each other, and so 4th game should be really interesting.
Again, I don't want to be hard hitting at Dogon. However, they needed to adapt into that game 3. If they didn't adapt, it would have just been game over. But maybe they adapted too late. If they wanted a real chance at trying to win the series, they should have changed it up and tried to do better in that game 2 to try and then flip it onto a 1-3 scoreline in their favour. But again, this is the situation we find ourselves in. We've got 5 minutes of Rocket League, and again, we'll find out the answers. Are Iovi going to win it? Are Dogon going to tie it up at 2-2?
Oh, exactly, and you can see kind of what Iovi's wanting to do now as well, where it's putting the ball into space. It's not trying to clear all the pressure, it's trying to just put it into space for teammates to kind of approach on, get a little bit more boost. You see them bunkering down as well. Barissa with a nice little shot, it's a beauty of a save as well from Jazz straight off the backboard, and it's met straight by Flo. Flo with a little bit of speed right there, and it's unlucky from Barissa. Sloffy's there to meet it, both of them miss, anticipating blocks. Barissa with a little mid, a little dink, but it doesn't amount to much. A little bump as well with by Jazz, and Sammy's going to boom. Sammy misses the boom, Jazz 50s it, and Barissa saves the ball.
Indeed, he does still. 0-0 stalemate. This is going to be the game where we don't see any goals until the latter stages of this one. As Jazz pops up into the backboard, I could be correctly put in my place as Flip. Gonna keep this one up to try and send it off the ceiling. It's a pass down to Bosse Lassie. Flip reset, gets a second touch, tries to get into the back of the net, and Sammy falls into a brilliant save. It's up for Jazz again. Pops it over one onto the crossbar. It's got to be a goal, and what a goal it is at that.
What a little peach of a fake that was as well. Brilliant from Sammy, and then just gets faked. Sammy's 0 boost. Not much he can do about it.
Exactly that. Minute 30 gone. I believe it's the first time in the series where we've seen Dogon take the lead. It's a very deserved lead, and it's a lead in which they need to hang on to should they want to tie up the series. Barissa not wanting to let that one happen. Iovi also, as a team, not wanting to happen. They need the 3-1 series win, which will see them up into first place, I believe. Sloppy sends home the equaliser.
It's another little demo. Look at that, Barissa headhunted as well, so it's just a nice little open net. It's a nice pass, nice demo, nice goal.
Barissa's been getting them demos all series, and I've been in absolute awe of how good they have been, because it seems that every single demo he does get is a use to his team. Is something which enables his team to do that little bit more, get that little bit of extra boost, get that extra touch on the ball, and ultimately send the ball into the goal in that instinct as well.
No, exactly. It's you're seeing right there with Barista what he was trying to do is delete the first man. If you delete that first man, you've got no pressure on you. You can just relax. You can have a lie back. Sammy, little nice little touch forward, zero boost, so you will lose it to Flow. Flow with the pass. It's nicely met by Sloffy. Lucky he was there. Little tempting ball up, but no one's there for it. Barista takes it a nice bit slow. Lucky on the double. It's straight out. Jazz is up low. Jazz hits the backboard. And it's met. That's Psycho and a half, by the way. What a beauty. You got Flow now. Sloffy, a little bit of a 50-50 in the corner. Little dink on the corner. A little shot, and it's beauty by Flow. What a save. Boss now just booms the ball forward. Sloffy takes control, gets it over one. Waiting for Sammy in the mid, but Sammy just doesn't want it. Sammy just wants him to take it all on. It's unlucky. He wanted that corner. He wanted it so bad, and it just betrayed him with the speed.
I saw that as well. I saw Bosse inching over to that corner boost, and I'm thinking, you know what, please not again, Bosse. This is the last thing you want to do in this situation, but he gets back, he makes a save, Dogon's still in it. He could be the man to get the winning goal, or the winning assist here. Jazz onto the crossbar, Sloffy saves it away, keeps Iovy in it. It's one thing we haven't really been able to credit that much, is the Iovy defense. I don't think it's been tested enough, and when it has been eventual goals coming in for Dogon, it's just been the rotational breakdown, probably the cuts in rotation, keeping up the speed, keeping up the overall distance between players and the ball in favour of the blue side. But Float, flip reset, trying to send this one into the bottom right hand corner. Couldn't get it over Sammy again. Two players go for it, but calm and composed. Two players getting a touch on the ball is better than two players not getting a touch on the ball and it going in the back of your net.
We can see Iovy as well, kind of like, well, sorry, Dogon getting used to that playstyle as well. Bossy's playing more first, where he's trying to bump, and you see there, Sloffy gets a little bump as well, just to miss time, get him out of position. These master players are so good, but sometimes all you've got to do is just like micro adjust them out of position, make them waste a little bit more boost, and it could be disastrous for them.
Really could, and it's going to be disastrous for one of these teams, whichever way you look at it. Dogon either choking a good opportunity to keep their first place in the league position and tied up at 2-2, or Iovy, you know, choking that two-game advantage, which would see you go up to first place as Sammy pops this one into the centre. No one's going to be there. Two players go for Dogon. It ends up going into the back of their own half. Flo looking for the sidewall reader, unable to find the touch, does get the dunk. It's through to Bosse once again, goes for a sidewall reader of his own, and also does not get a touch on the ball. Just this one pops onto the backboard. All they need to do is kill until overtime, play it safe, take no risks, and go until the golden goal part of Rocket League. We're here again, two games in a row. Is it going to be Dogon's opportunities to shine once more?
We're at the best battle, fourth game, overtime. Is it going to be a quick one, or will it be one of them slow and tedious ones? Jazz doesn't want that though. Jazz wants a little bit of a flip reset to finish the game. Let's boom, demo. Now look how much space you got. And boom, stole your boost. What are you going to do? Boom, bump. Sammy doesn't want to go for that though. He's a bit nervous for overtime. It's going to be a mid pass there. It's a banger of a mid, by the way. Jesus Christ. We got mid right here. Sammy takes a bit of control, tries for demo, but gets it over too. Boss Lassie is there though, so it should be alright. Never mind, he's dead. But it's a little past mid. Nobody's there. Oh, no one was there. Potter, no one was there.
Sato, I don't think anybody was there.
No, I can't believe it. It again goes mid. Who's there? Nobody. Oh, I don't know if nerves are just affecting overtime, but it's just gone solo players. There's no mid passing. Where's the mid? Where's the mid player anyway? Sorry.
Could potentially be coming. Sloffy, unable to get the touch. It could be a great counter-attack opportunity for Dogon. It's got to be a goal. Flows there with the shot.
Yeah.
Sloffy with a better save. Barissa again on the goal line. Scramble. Sends that one high and away. Jazz there Pass down to Bosse once more. Flow again just there to cut it off, get a better touch than what Bosse would have been able to. Jazz double touch to potentially wrap up the game, wrap up the series, but unable to do so. Flow to do the repeat.
Oh, wow.
Shot was on target, saved away by the Iovi defense once more. This one onto the backboard. Flow's going to be there with the short pass infield. Jazz tried to get the touch on it, leaves it for Bosse. Trying to get it into the centre. Slothy cuts it out. Again, the defense from Iovi immaculate in this overtime.
So the only player with boost for Iovi is Barissa. Nobody else has boost. All on Barissa's shoulders. And
Jazz
he's
has
missed.
to get it
It's a
in.
demo.
Does get it in. It's what Barissa has been doing all series. Onto him in the final moments of this series. 2 minutes 02. The final time in this overtime as Jazz wraps it up with the backwall read. Dogon tied up at 2-2.
But you could see them adapting, couldn't you? All series long, Dogan were kind of like getting in their head. They're demoing. Let's also demo them. You know, it's a really interesting kind of back and forth this whole series had. With like, you know, the first game and second game was so heavily in like Iovi's favor, especially in terms of like pressure and then demos. And then in terms of like their defense was not that good. Then 3 and 4, it was flipped. You still had, you know, the demos and constant pressure from Barissa, and I think that's a credit to him. I really do. I think this whole series is a credit to Barissa and how he can play positions and demo people to create space for his teammates.
Yeah, Barissa has been such a good, probably, enabler, if you want to call it that kind of role, in order literally just to set up space, create space, do things within the space, or allow your teammates to do things within the space which has been created. And it was really, really good to see. But Dogon, as you say, the playstyle's changed. We kind of complimented Iovi a lot in those first 2 games. And in third and fourth as well. But again, ultimately, it was Dogon who took them final 2, and credit to them for being able to come back when, you know, you think it's all but over in terms of the series. You think you've probably lost it. But they come back, they tie it up at 2-2, and ultimately they keep their first spot at the top of the conference at the end of the 2020 matches.
They do. That's all that matters, isn't it? 2 games is 2 games. That's all it needs to take sometimes for first place. That's all it needs.
Well, Sato, it's been a pleasure having you back in the booth. It's been a pleasure casting alongside you as well, but we'll be back with you very shortly for the first Premier Series of RSC12.
Bye, chat.
There's one downside about living in the center of the UK. It's the highest rate of radiation on this tiny, pitiful rock. And the fact they never tell you that when your hair starts to fall out with radiation poisoning, it's a secret within you. They'll never tell you that in the back door.
Send help. They're all dead.
Everything changes. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the RSC EU stream. I am Kingsman Gas, and I am joined along with a familiar face in Sato, where we will see Kronos versus Forge in the Premier tier. How are you doing tonight, Sato?
I am good as always. I'm shaking off about 3.5 years of rust on my little consoles and voice box to give you a nice little cast. So yeah, we've got a little Premier series going on here. First week of Prem, so sadly there's no stats, unfortunately. We had a little banger of a Dogan versus Iovi matchup, by the way. But now we're moving on from that. We've got Kronos versus Forg. So Kronos, we've got Polar, we've got Clean, we've got Evade and Spoods. For Forg, we've got Led, who apparently it's his birthday, by the way, chat. You've got Zamberg, and you've got Rexo.
Yeah, and well, just to point out for those of you that don't do your research, like Sato has in chat, you've got big events that these players presented. For example, Led was the Twitch Rivals Community Cup winner, a 3 times DreamHack winner, and he's teamed alongside an RSC EU 10 winner in Zamberg for this season in Forge, and second place in RSC EU 10, and the winner of Nitro League in 2022 in Rexo. So I will say this Forge roster very, very competitive when it comes to tournaments outside of RSC.
No, I agree, but it's the same with Kronos, really. You've got Polar, who's Swiss Esports winner of 2021, 2022. They got knocked out by the EU Regional by Vitality, unfortunately. He's a 3 times Epic Land winner, by the way. You got Clean, nice little Scottish guy, placed in the top 25 at RLCS in Season 7, top 50 in Season 9 as well. You got Vade, runner-up in Rocket Core with Clean, and, beating players like Joyo and Cash. It's like Clean and Evade looks like it's been a duo for a while, so it's going to be interesting to see with Polar and Spoods how they can kind of upgrade themselves.
Yeah, exactly, and especially with CMV differences, and now the Forg roster is asking if they can get a sub in, so all this information we've said about Forg might be about to go completely out the window, as a roster change might be about to happen here. I wonder who they'll get in and who is coming out in this scenario.
We need a little bit of VAR here, Kingsman Gas. We've got the birthday boy in, we've got Rexo, which means Zamberg, the DreamHack winner, is out. The RSC 10 winner, he's out. Who are they going to get him to replace?
I don't know. Well, maybe they'll have to put out a quick little ping in the RSC server for Prem FAs. Or maybe we see Forg subbing a player up. I don't know how desperate they are for Prem wins in this season, but I'm sure Led and Rexo want to get their season off to a good run, especially with Rexo being second place in RSC EU10. He'll be looking to get maybe a trophy to the edge of his name this season. But obviously, it won't do anything good for Kronos in this scenario, who are sat here for a while. But whilst they go and find a sub, Sato, what do you think? We take a small break and let this Forg team sort out their little complications.
Yeah, we get a little quick sub break. I get some water. They get a player. Yep. It's an equal trade, really.
That sounds good. We'll see you in a minute.
See you in a minute.
Well, the Prem players have decided to turn up. Zamberg, not referring to being needed to be subbed out a minute, he decides to turn up and make Led's life a little bit easier.
Yeah, it makes life a bit easier, but it makes my life hell because I've spent the last 5 minutes trying to write notes on who they were going to get. Guess who they replaced Zamberg with? Zamberg. You can't replace the RSC 10 winner. You can't. You got the birthday boy saying, "We are ready." Are you ready, Kingsman?
I'm ready. They're right now. They're ready, apparently. So I say we get this series underway for the Premier tier. It'll be the first Prem game to be streamed for RSC12. So both these teams going to have to standard in their one series per week. But 3, 2, 1, and we are underway in game number 1.
We're underway. It's a nice little even kickoff. A very lovely little double touch there. You got Spoots hitting in the corner. It might be another one of them game on nerves where you're kind of just playing a little bit more tennis, a little bit more Rocket League, really. But it's a little miss. It's a nice little bump as well. Spoots with a nice half flip. Spoots again, booms the ball. Led takes the ball. Led takes it away from everyone apart from Clean. Led takes it away from Clean even then. Evade passes to Clean. It's this duo. And Spoots is just there as third. He's chilling. Look at this. He's just giga chilling. Flicks it over one. Flicks it over two.
Well, no panic for this Forg roster at the start of this game. They've been all defense at the minute, and well, they have not panicked once here. But we're going to see the ball boom now into the middle with Rexo with a quick shot. It's going to be bottom corner, perfectly placed. What a play in their first attack, Sato.
It is a very beauty. It's a very shame we're on podcast mode for this stream at the moment. But yeah, it was a little beauty of a dime, actually.
Yeah, and well, that is how you want to open the scoring. One shot and one real attack for Forg, and it's going to result in that lead for them as we see Zamberg looking to put some pressure on, but it's going to be boomed away. Kronos, do they have a quick answer here for the Forg roster? We'll just have to see as the time ticks away. Forg have the lead.
Exactly where we want them. Forg in the lead. Rexor, it's a nice little mid pass to Zamberg. Evades there, but Led. Oh, then misses the open. Oh, he had it. He had all the world, all the opportunities, but he demos. It's a nice little demo. Evades up, cleans up. It's that duo. You got Spoods. Spoods solo. Spoods up. Spoods 2. Spoods miss. Evade. Evade pops it, so Led's going to have possession. Cleans quick with it, though. Now Zamberg's there. Is anyone backboard for this? Spoods tries to read. And it's in. Nice little double. Nice little tapping.
Yeah, and that's the power of communication right there. Led is waiting perfectly. Zamberg clearly communicated that perfectly. Oh, that's just beautiful positioning from Led. Either way, we won't know, but it's a brilliant team play as Forg extend their lead here in game number 1. And Zamberg looks to make it 3. It's gonna be 3 off the kickoff. Forg absolutely showing no mercy in this game. It's a beautiful dead kickoff, and Zamberg just follows it a lot quicker than Clean. And it's going to be 3 goals within 2 minutes. Forg have no intentions of slowing down here.
What a lovely kickoff as well, by the way. Because you got to have a little bit of communication just to make sure that ball's dead. Straight. Dead right. And again, it's just pressure. It's literally all Forg. Forg pressure, Forg boom, wow. Forg goal. 4 goals, 4 letters in Forg. Name me a better deal.
I don't think I can name you a better duo at this precise moment in time because there's 17 seconds between the goals and 8 seconds previously. Forg have had 6 shots this game and Kronos have not saved 1. All over the place. Maybe it's game 1 nerves. You never find out truthfully as Evade does get a clear off the backboard, allowing Kronos to push forward here as Clean looking to set up a play here, but he's going to find Rexo in the corner. And once again, Forg just do not look troubled, except for a bit of a double commit here, a bit of a freestyle from Forg. They absolutely seem not to be taking the pressure here in game number 1, as that's a good shot and Led. Beautiful save from him. It keeps the game 4-0 already, and it feels ridiculous to be saying that in the highest tier here in the RSC.
I think it might be just a cheeky little bit of birthday buff. It's a nice little shot. It's unlucky it's not on target though. Spoods hits it back out just for find a little bit of space. Clean's there with it. Anyone mid for him? No one's mid for him. Goes straight to Zamberg. Zamberg booms it to Spoods. Spoods will have another touch on this, but Rexel will meet him. and it goes straight back to evade. Evade, clean, back to Zamberg. It's kind of like this at the moment. It's they're getting 2 touches, another 2 touches here and there, and then kind of boom. And just to say that, boom, backboard, boom, double commit. It's a nice redirect as well. It's dropping, it's awkward, but no one's there to meet it from Fog. Bizarre.
Yeah, and well, maybe you've even called it out. Maybe Forg already know that, and maybe this might
a
be a
bump.
need for Kronos change in play, and the bump is the change in play. Beautiful bump coming out. I didn't quite see that in the corner. I think it was from Evade. Set to clean up with the open net, and I think Kronos calming down a lot more now. They're putting a lot more pressure onto this Forg backline here, and well, Birthday Boy buff might be slowly wearing off here, but Kronos, they have pulled one back in this game. 4-1 down now. Anything can happen here.
No, exactly. I mean, birthday buff doesn't matter if you get bumped. I'd like to just point your attention back to that play, actually, because Zamberg passed to a pre-jumping Rexor. That's what happened there. It left him led all by himself.
That makes sense.
It's a nice little touch from, again, it's little hits and hopes. Led with 0 here, does well with it though, does really well with it. Grabs a pad, steals a boost, passes it to mid, evade, cuts the play. Limits any pressure at all. Clean, sidewall, goes to Rexor, dangerous, Zamberg, puts it awkwardly for Clean. Clean has to have a touch. Led?
Oh my.
I think they took it away from each other there. Led wanted the montage play.
Yeah,
But
he's
my-
looking to be on Twitter. He's looking to put the Kronos team on Twitter, but they don't want to go on Twitter. Led, though, did pick up his savior in that play. A good little defense showing from Forg. They haven't had to show it much in this game, but, well, we're going to see what they can do here. Evade, looking for the ball mid. It's not going to be as... Forg, as you said, they look really chilled. They're going for those sort of shots, those double commits. Not really having much concern. They do have a 3-goal advantage, remember, so that should not bother them. As Spoods looks for a bit of a goal, a brilliant pass here, actually, not a goal. I was looking for the word, but it's a beautiful passing play, and Might of Hades picking up the momentum here.
It's a nice little bit of placement as well. You see 2 players running, trying to caress that right side of the net. It's just beautiful place, beautiful shot, beautiful pass.
Yeah,
It's another. Oh, it's a little kick off.
Oh.
It nearly went in the wrong way. Evades up. The game's still not over. 7 seconds left. Clean. It needs a goal now. It needs it now. It's in as well. You've got 2 seconds, Kingsman. Make a name for it, son. Make your play.
Yeah, and well, the first kickoff goal did hit the post. I'm sure they were annoyed with that, but a very sloppy Fork team it's turning out to be. Letting themselves loose here with 2 seconds remaining. And I wonder which team can make a play for themselves.
Oh!
Well, yes. Give it an extra 0.2 seconds. That goes in the back of the net. It's not to be. Forg take the game, but wow, what an ending. How close was that then, Sato?
I'm gobsmacked. I really am. I don't know if they just got a bit ego there. It's a little bit cheeky from Forg. It's very cheeky, actually, because trying to fake it just to put the pressure into the side. It's a nice read by Kronos. They're unlucky. They really are unlucky. Jesus, Kingsman.
Oh. Yeah, imagine if you're Senji sat streaming this and he's just seen that for Kronos. He's probably more shocked than we are. But I thought Forg would have taken a bit more control of that fake kickoff. But they just let it roll in. Maybe they have that extra game knowledge that me and you don't have, and they knew 2 seconds wasn't enough for the ball to roll into the back of the net. Or they've got lucky that the ball was not put enough power on. Anyway, I'm sure we'll see. They're asking if it's best of 5. I'm sure someone will fill them in later on about the RSC format. But overall, a very game of 2 halves here. We had Forg dominate the first half, and the second half was, well, Kronos' way to bring it back.
It should have been back, but now we're in a separate game now. 1-0 down in their minds. Can they pick it back up? Is it going to be a normal kickoff? They try that same kickoff again. One where they kill it and just boom it straight down, but it's just been punished straight away. Clean, 1-0. It's clean.
It is. Good use of the pun there. And, well, it's Kronos with all the momentum. I said they were getting a goal as a bit of... honestly, I'm going to get this word at some point in the series. But Oh, I'm gonna get it at some point. They're getting goals to build momentum for the next games. Not that it mattered in game 1, but it matters in this game. It gives them momentum, and Forg have stepped off the gas a lot. And oh, dearie me, led the birthday nerf. It seems to be as he smacked it in his own net.
That's the good old birthday buff right there, full effect. You give some, you take some, you can't do much about it. It's 5 unanswered goals, by the way. 5 unanswered goals.
Ooh. Yeah, I wonder what happened to this first half of game 1 Forge. Where did they go? They've gone missing in action. And well, it'd be good to see if we see that recovery again, because we're seeing them play a very... I don't know, I'm confused.
Get this man a mop, because he is cleaning up right now. He's just taking everything. It's a nice bit of pressure from Evade, because you don't know if he's going. If he doesn't go and you miss it, it's clean. Straight there.
Wow. I don't know exactly what is happening.
That
But,
kick off again. Clean. Banger. It's a goal.
What is this?
We
What am I
take-
watching?
We take those. This is exactly like the people are saying. This is Rocket League right here. Who cares about scoring in other people's nets? The goal's there. The talent's there.
Yeah, why score in the other net when you can just score in your own net? There's no defenders in that one. But this is Prem, ladies and gentlemen. You might think it's Prospect, but no, trust me, it is the highest tier of RSC here. I'm sure they're having a bit of fun alongside it. But as we see Rexo now look for a shot, finally in the right net, but Clean is going to save it. He is mopping up, as Sato mentioned earlier, as Evade, and led 50 on the wall to Rexo for the shot, but it's not going to find the net. And well, Sato, we've had a very entertaining start here. How do you think the rest of the game's going to play out?
It's going to come more controlled. You're going to see more players take a little bit more time. As I say that, boom, straight to the sidewall. But you'll see players like right there, a little fake here, a little pass there, a little touch, and a little double.
Ooh.
And it's a save again from Clean. It's an own goal.
Oh my.
It's a beauty of a... What a pre-jump! Oh my god.
And Led and Evade are getting those passing plays sorted. Led has got half the goals on the wrong team. And Led is saying, are you going to shoot on target or what? Well, he definitely used you to shoot on target. But Kronos have a 4-1 lead here. Clean is absolutely stat padding, and that's going to be a third for him. Led not going to be able to get the save, and wow, what a shot from Clean. It's a nice reset. Spood's going for the bump, delays the save, and well, within 2 minutes, it's 5-1.
Within 2 minutes, the game's blown wide open here, to be fair. What a wild ride we've had. They've tried it again, that kickoff. I want to see if they're going to keep doing it, because it's not working for them anymore. You got Sandberg, nice little touch to the backboard, clean 2 up from them. Oh, it's a really nice read. Bit lucky, but it works. But Led's got barely anything. He's on pennies at the moment. Rexo takes a boost. Spoods gets past him, nice little wave dash recoveries from him. Evade is there. Can he evade Rexo? It's past Rexo. It's past Rexo. Sandberg's there. It's dunked by Spoods. They're awkward. Led bumps Spoods. But now they've got a little bit of time. Evade's there, but you can just take a little bit more. Take a little bit more. Take a couple more touches. See? Just like Sandberg. And Spoods. Nice little touch. And then Evade's there. It's just simple Rocket League now. It's better than own goals. I can tell you that, Kingsman.
Yeah, and well, honestly, with the advice Sato's given here, I think he should go into coaching. I think we might see Coach Sato in the future for one of these teams. He's showing them how to win here, and you definitely do not win by faking every play, as Led looks for a clean play himself. But talking about clean, he's there to make a save. And what a save it'll be as the 2-minute mark clocks down. No more own goals yet, or goals for that matter on the 2-minute mark, as we see Led looks to put it onto the side. He looks for the demo as well, but Zamberg now good control. One good pass. It's a good 50. It's 109 seconds left. Is it possible, Sato?
There's time. We've seen comebacks made from worse. There's time. It's a nice little pass from Zambak. A little bit of control, a little bit of space. That's all he needs. That's all he needs. Simple as that. Simple as that. They're going to try they're trying the same kickoff again. It's getting a little bit old now, boys. It's not working.
Oh, interesting. But you know, when players are doing the same thing over and over again, eventually it works, right? Eventually they think, surely they're not going to do it again, and they might do it again. As we see Rexo look to pop it to the corner, it's a good save from him. As we see Clean looks to pop it middle now. Kronos haven't had a goal for a while. They had a goal frenzy. Well, Led had a goal frenzy in the wrong net, but Kronos technically have had a goal frenzy, and oh my goodness, what a passing player that would have been. Led and Zamberg, they have connected well this series, but Zamberg and Rexo, on the other hand, they just like to give each other a little smooch on the pitch, as now we see Zamberg control the ball, but with a minute remaining, time ticking down slowly. Are we going to see 1-1, or are we going to see another miraculous comeback like we almost saw from Kronos as just evades the net there?
Yeah, he's unlucky, really. He really is. It's a nice little pogo from Led. I think Led's just do whatever he wants. It's his birthday. Who cares? Goal for one, goal for you. It's a nice little touch from Spoons. He can't get underneath it, though. So unlucky. Evade's awkward here, though. Evade does well with it, though. Evade's solo. Evade goal. Is this man a ninja? Or is he just Evade? Who knows? He just... Nice little touch. It's a nice little double. Look at that. It's a peach.
Beautiful. Clean. That is why it's Prem. Because they can do that. My car ain't doing that. Like, I don't get how they get their cars to do that. Because my car certainly does not do that. As now we see Clean. Oh, he's going to go for a double. He's going to find it, but he's going to clear it out of the way of Spoods here. It's Clean has had a mastermind of a game, but not going to get one there. 15 seconds left. It's certainly in the bag for Kronos here. Senji's going to be smiling as they pull a game out here. I know he's not GMing this season, but he is still the owner of the Might of Hades franchise, and it's going to be a 6-2 win for Kronos. I would not have predicted this at the start of the game. Certainly not to be so one-sided. Wow.
What a wild ride we've got here in first all. That's 2 games. There's 2 more. There's 2 more of this madness. It's brilliant. But yeah, just cleaned house. You've got nice little 3-2-1 goals for a Kronos. It's a nice little ratio you've got there. Spoods has got a goal with no shot, so
That's clean.
It's 2000% clean. I wouldn't say it's that.
That was good. Yeah, and well,
You've got
2 out of 3.
Yeah.
2 out of 3 goals. So I mean, you got some clean stats all around the world. Maybe they're stat padding because Fantasy League's opened. I see what's going on here. I've spotted right through the plan.
Oh yeah, I get it. Yeah. Did you know that own goals don't count, right?
Oh, they might not know that. They might have had to have read the fancy rulebook beforehand. They're just finding goals no matter what they can, and I'm sure Spood will be looking for the striker in the weekly awards with that shooting percentage. Because my, I don't think you can get better. You can't get better than that, surely.
It's off the charts. The only better is 2 goals, 0 shots. It's off the charts, Kingsman. And we're now back in for game 3. Please don't do that same kickoff. Please.
They will. I bet they will.
No, it's different.
It's different.
It's a softer cheat. But look how easy it is now. Look at it. It's unlucky from them not to get a goal from it, but it creates so much little bit more space, and it's in. See the pressure that little bit of kickoff change did has helped them score.
Yeah, and well, you heard it here. Look, first, ladies and gentlemen, I predicted it 5 minutes ago. Let's get Coach Sato coaching this Forg roster because they change up their kickoff for the first time in about 7 minutes of gameplay. And well, the ball ends up in the back of the net, and it's completely right what you said, that it did get to put more pressure on because of the softer cheat here, and that's a pinch away for now, but it does roll nicely for Clean, and that's a shot, but it's kept out by Rexo. Led's up as well, but I don't know what the intention was there.
Led's just having a party. He don't care. He's just enjoying life, which is the best way to play Rocket League. He won't enjoy life after that crossbar. He looks like me out there. Oh, it's a disaster. Yeah, it goes into corner, cleans up, Led meets him. It's another beat. It's a 2v1. It's a 3v1 actually. Spoods misses. That actually faked him. It's a Giga and saying fake. and it's a demo. It's a miss on the backboard, but it's met well by Rexo.
Yeah, and well, there's not been really much chance for these players to own goal this game, and it's a lot calmer circumstances. As you see Zamberg looking to beat Spoods, he does. He gets the pinch around one. Is there going to be a demo? No, Clean is just very well positioned there. As Evade looks to get it back up to Clean, but it's not going to be Spoods though. He will find Clean, but Zamberg will find the read, and that will end the attacks right there for the Kronos roster. That's a bounce Rexo was not expecting. Led's just having his own little party out back. He's just chilling. He's taking all the time he needs. And it's not eventually cleared because the attack is still going here. And Evade manages to evade all the defenders in his way. And he manages to tie up the game here.
Bit of evasion jutsu to avoid all the defenders and just place it. It's a lovely little bit of a placement right there from Evade. Because anywhere else it would have been served. Anywhere else. Right,
Exactly.
Kick off time. It's the same. It's a soft cheat. We like those, but Clean meets it. It's a nice 50 from Rexo. He needed that. He needed a strong one. Now it's a 2v1. It's met by Clean straight away. Zamberg's up.
Bit of an interesting pass into the middle, but I'm sure these players have played the game enough that they know the bounce is off by heart now, and that's a good stop. One-on-one situation, it was going to be a good save, and a banging clear here. It's found Zamberg as well. Zamberg hasn't found the ball, but the ball did find Zamberg in that scenario, as Spoods frighteningly almost putting it in his own net, as Led is up now, ready to start the party, but it's not going to be. A bit of time now as Zamberg finds Led. Led finds Spoods, though, in that scenario. Ball now bounced back off the backboard, and a good pass, and we're seeing a lot more passes coming out from here, Forge and Sato. I'm liking this. They've got more strategy to their play.
That's a lovely bump as well. It's nice by Clean. It's bumped into the backboard as well. But yeah, just like you say, it's a little switch of playstyles for Game 3 where they're looking for more passing. Where they're not trying to just take everyone on. 1v1 me, bro, kind of that thing. It's a freeze game. Use your teammates, and they are. They're doing it well. Led's up. Led's having a party in the back. Led takes the boost. Led takes the ball. And it's Zamberg 50. It's Clean. To the sidewalk. Clean again. To Evade. It's nice, well met by Led. Evade would have had a good shot there. It's a demo in the back. I think it's a 2v2 currently, with Zamberg respawning on the left. Zamberg goes ceiling, trying to predict Evade. Evade misses. Rexo has the ball. Spoods there in the corner to meet it. It's unlucky by Spoods. Led still has it. Zamberg's there. That's a save from Clean.
Yeah, and it'll keep them in the game. 1-1 with a minute and 30 left. We haven't seen a game this close. Both teams have had a big margin up to this point, so we're really going to see what the ice is like. Obviously, Zamberg winning RSC 10 and having that RSC experience, whereas none of the other players have won the Premier tier yet. So we're going to see what ice they have in regards to this. Is Spoods now plans it off the backboard, and that's a shot that's on the crossbar from Evade. As Led now, he's having a little flick, but it's going to be met. As now we see a 50 in the midfield, as Evade is not going to find any defender up for it, except for Led now, as Zamberg misses that, and that's a massive miss from Zamberg. 46 seconds left, Sato, and Kronos take the lead.
I'm pretty sure you jinxed it. You're all about Zamberg for about 30 seconds, and just for him to miss the ball. It's unlucky. It happens. It happens in every tier we go. You can't, but now you've got to mentally reset. And now we're at kickoffs, boys. And it's the hard cheat again, and it's missed, and it's a 2v1.
Oh dear. The good old kickoff strategy. I'm sure Sato will be trying to implement it when he plays an elite. If it works like it did in the first game for them, then there's definitely some teams who might be looking to implement it, but game 2 and 3 just absolutely has not worked. Can we see a comeback now from Led? I've already cast a curse Zamberg here, and I don't want to cast a curse anymore. So 20 seconds left on the clock. Sato, is it doable?
Of course it's doable, but you've got to make sure it's equal treatment for both teams, Kingsman. You can't just cast a cursed one. You cannot.
True. I can't. But now we're going to see Spoods is up for it. He's done the good pre-jumps all game long. All onto the back.
It's a read.
Rexo is going to be up here. What a shot it is! And it's a top corner shot from Rexo. His only shot of the game, and it will tie it up. 0 seconds left on the clock. Rexo perfectly places it away from Clean, and well, Sato, it was doable. They go into overtime.
It's a nice little play from Led as well. It just takes a little bit more time. That little touch where you see pop to the backboard, it just confused the defenders so much. It's a nice little stop, but now we're back into action. Zamberg's up. Zamberg with a redirect as well. If it misses, Spood's there to clear up the mistake though, so no harm done, no issues. Clean with a 50. Was straight outside to evade actually. It's still up. He's still got it. Spoods is up. 2 up from them. It's game.
No, it's not.
You know what? No,
The attacker up was Zamberg, and I think Zamberg wasn't really in the place to be attacking the ball there, don't you think?
well, there was no one there. Again.
They're having a nap. I think
Just having
Led distracted them with the party poppers. That's what it must be.
It must have been. I think that's my caster.
Oh, that's game.
Evade. That's game right there. That's a nice little dippy-dappy pass from the people who've been teaming a little bit longer. Clean, straight to evade, and bang. Placement.
Well, simple Rocket League executed perfectly. And Kronos, they take a 2-1 lead, and now that invalidates your prediction completely here. You predicted 3-1 Forg, if I'm correct?
Yep.
And well, my prediction might still be on here, as I predicted 2-2. So, it's definitely possible.
Safe. You went safe. You went with the safest option. You're GM of Kronos, no? GM of Mighty Hades. You gotta back your boys.
No.
No? Oh, okay.
No, well, no, I'm not that's Slimy, the GM of Hades.
It's close enough.
What do you mean? I could GM a completely different franchise. It wasn't close at all.
But no, if I was with, well, to be fair, if you're Forg now, what do you do? What do you do?
Listen to Coach Sato. That's what you do. Because the tips on the kickoff, it clearly worked for their opening goal. So maybe there's more to it, because they didn't seem that focused in that game. A lot of double commits, a lot of misses, especially in the dire moments of the game. As you said, the game should have been over in overtime a lot sooner than it was. But now Kronos are on the verge of winning this game. This is on game? Series. Sorry, my English is quite poor sometimes.
It's okay, we forgive you for that now. It's my favourite minigame, the kickoff. It's a soft sheet again, and Rexel gets that mid-left. Led's there for it. It's a beauty of a touch from Clean. Oh my. Zamberg's up, 2 up.
Oh.
Saved by Spoons. It's really important, that save. Clean's a bit awkward here, but Rexel tries to pancake it for some reason. Try to maybe give a little bit more space.
No idea. Maybe they're just trying to show off their mechanics, and that was certainly a show by Led here. But it wasn't going to be, as Kronos have been sat on the back lines for about 30 seconds here, and Rexo looking to keep that pressure as Led, very awkward, he has to backflip there as a bump looked certain for Kronos, but a demo onto Evade has been found as Led, and another demo actually from Zamberg, but good defensive placement from Evade will allow him to keep that save. And well, I said Forg needed to attack this game to get any sort of result, and oh my god, they've been doing that, but Evade kept out by the placement there.
Oh, he didn't get it. He fakes it.
Oh, what?
Oh, it's unlucky. It's slight disaster, but it's not a total disaster. It's still 0-0. It's still 0-0. That's all you've got to remind yourself. Okay? It's a pinch. It's kind of awkward by Spoods. Led's there. It's a goal. Nice little pinch. Spoods misreads it a little bit, and it's just bam. Led's having the party. Led party back on.
I'm sure they'll say that was calculated in VC, but you can't get much better placement than Led did there, to be fair. I've just watched the director plan and seeing Spoods wall dash around the wall. Not scary at all. But we see Led now going to get the ball off kickoff. Zamberg is up as well. I talked about the double commits. It's off the post, but Led shot not going to find the net here as Evade bangs it upfield. It's good pass to Clean here. We've shown mechanics all round from this Kronos roster, but Led now is going to look to control it and move it away here, as he does very well. And Zamberg looks for Led, but a lot more bumps and demos coming out from Forg here, a bit like game one. Maybe they're reverting back to that game one playstyle, more demo heavy and attack heavy here.
Yeah, I think they've switched it up a little bit. There's still iterations of the passing, and I was just kind of integrating them demos and bumps into it. It's being about smart with your demos. As we see that Rexall's up, it's a nice little touch to the corner, so he's got possession. It's a little bit of a boom, and evades there.
Yeah, and well, we're going to see Kronos on the attack again now, as Rexo looks to pin it down to the corner, but Led looking for that ball middle as well. Now Zamberg, oh my god, he was almost bumped there by Evade. I saw that last minute on his camera, but Kronos are giving it their all here, but they're just not finding a way through, and this could be it now.
The iron wall of the party at the moment. That's all that matters. The iron wall of the season 10 winner and the iron wall of this, well, second place for season 10. But yeah, Rexo, unfortunate miss there, but Zamberg, have you seen it? Zamberg's guarding two people in net there, trying to create as much space for Rexo as he can. Because as we know in Premier, time is of the essence, and space is even less than that.
Yeah, it is, and well, especially with it being they play one series a week, so it affects the league standings massively. Clean here, he's looking to pull off a mechanic, but it's that iron wall of Zamberg again. Oh, never mind. I just said nothing. Evade puts one in. After I haven't really seen that. Spood's good pass onto the backboard, and Evade's gonna beat Rexo. Beautiful placement here, and it's gonna be 1-1. Ignore anything I said about an iron wall. I didn't say that.
Who needs an iron wall when you can just evade it? Really? Do you not? Oh, it's another kickoff strategy. It's a little demo, actually. It's in.
Ooh.
It's a good save by Spoods, actually.
Wow.
That's lovely. I didn't see him there. Came out like a little ninja. But straight back into the corner. Two players are there, though. It might not matter, because it's a nice shot by Led, but two players in a corner is not something you really want.
Yeah, no, it isn't. And now we're going to see, potentially, Kronos have got to extend on my lead, and that's a good read going goalwards. But it's collected nicely by Spoods, and they'll take the double commit as a passing play, and that is just absolute beautiful reading of the play here. The way he's just absolutely mind-controlled the thing past Spoods and read it perfectly is your Prem level play right there. Zamberg will say the double commit was unique positioning as he found himself for Led, but it's going to be a 2-1 lead now for Forg, and it puts Kronos on the back foot again.
It does indeed. It's a nice little team play from them, really, with a nice little mind game. Spoods booms it off the backboard. Evade's there for it, but it goes off backboard. And it's corner, goes mid. It's a nice little shot, actually. That's a beauty of a shot. It's a beauty of a save as well. It's another beauty of a save. They're jumping for their lives, this iron wall. And it's just managing. It's just eking itself out. They're low, though. Rexall's really low at the moment. Zamberg needs to take control of this with their lead straight up. That's a nice little backboard touch. And it's straight to Evade. Evade shoots. Evade's unlucky on the shot. It's a hard shot to do.
Yeah, it is, but Kronos, they're throwing everything at it now, and well, it's going to be time after time. They keep pushing onwards. Zamberg clears it a long way. Could that be in? No, Spoods does it in the dying embers of the game here. Oh, Rexo's finding Led, though I think you're meant to bump the players in blue if they're looking for attack, and a good interception from Led will cut out any opportunistic attacks here. 9 seconds left. There was a 0 seconds goal at 2-1 in the last game. Are we going to see it again? Time ticks away as Forg look to secure a draw here. Ball into the middle. Evade's got it. Oh, and they don't catch it. It's a draw. It's GG's all round, and I guess I can predict it.
Yeah, you definitely did predict it. It was a banger of a game, actually. What a little party! What a party that was! Holy. You got nice little solo players. You got some little peaches and dimes in there. You got a lot of good saves. A lot of really, really needed saves as well from both sides. I think there was one where Forg had about 4 or 5 saves crucial, and there were like 12 boosts. And that's kind of what Premier is. It's making the most out of what you can have. So even though you got 12 boosts, save the ball. Make sure you can save the next. Kind of like that.
Yeah, exactly. And well, Forg really showed how to do that in the last game, and they secure the draw. And I got my prediction right. Shad, it's not fantasy points. I get maybe a little caster point for it on the side. Maybe that's held in a little spreadsheet somewhere, hopefully controlled by someone, so I get some sort of credit for it. But wow, we've been really treated to an entertaining performance there in Premier. Two two brilliant teams. They're fighting out a good result in my eyes for Kronos. I'd say Forg were the massive favourites going into it. And it's a good result for them, which allows them both to be tied going into that week one. And we'll just see how the other teams do in their conference. But overall, can't complain. What a series it was.
What a banger. Yeah, it was a banger. It was, I think a draw was deserved. Really.
Yeah.
Apart from the happy little accidents that were game 2. That was a lot of happy little accidents. But it just shows that they can grind hard, they can grind for the win. Happy little accidents happen in every tier.
Exactly. You can be the best of the best and still make the mistakes that were made. And well, there you go. That is it for the gameplay of Premier now. That series is over. And we'll be taking a short 15-minute break where we'll then be hosting Mirage versus Journeyman, a rival series for you. It's a bit of step down in the gameplay, but I'm sure it's still going to be a very exciting series. So stay tuned. We'll be back. See you in a minute.
Muted. So, welcome back now. With me not being muted now. I hope you can all hear me. We are back with the last series for tonight with me, Senji, and next to me, we've got the amazing Potter joining us.
Well, essentially, it's been a great evening of Rocket League, as always. But one final series to go. 4 games, as always, here in the RSC. Mirage up against Journeyman, Hoggy and Axos both playing on the field today, both of who teamed up together to beat me in the finals of Season 9 and take home that championship, play against each other today, alongside their teammates of Hoggy, TB, and Rowlator. And then we have Axos, Sen, and Kendo, I believe. So it's going to be a great matchup regardless, actually.
Exactly, and as you can see right now, we have Journeyman currently sitting in 3rd position and Mirage in 7th position, only separated by 2 single games, so it's still early in the season, anything can happen, and I'm curious to see what we're gonna get tonight. What do you think are those teams gonna do?
I'm thinking for a Journeyman 3-1, just from, this is my tier, of course, I am a rival player still. Playing these teams in scrims and kind of, being a part of the predictions pre-season as well. It's just kind of, Axos has been an absolute gem in this roster. Took home the Player of the Week award in Rival last week as well. I think he's going to probably be the differentiating factor in this series and allow Journeyman to take it home.
Very interesting prediction by your side. I'm gonna go the complete opposite, and I'm gonna go for a 3-1 Mirage, not because of any inside knowledge I have, but just to oppose you and keep the stream interesting. And as far as I can see, we've got all the players in the lobby, so I'd say let's get this going with game number 1 on Manfield Night.
See, game number 1 is probably the most important game of the series, especially in RSC, because it really does set the tone. If you go down 1-0, it's like, damn, we can only get a 3-1 here. Whereas, if you claim that first game, the ball's in your hands, the worst that can happen after game 2 is you drop down to a 1-1. You get that kind of first rush to that second game, which ultimately allows you to, not lose in an RSC season.
Absolutely, and as we can see, first attack slightly being repelled already by the side of Mirage, but so far Journeyman only acting in the other side. Let's see what they're capable with this attack. TB is there to meet it.
Hoggy to send it down further. This one's onto the backboard, almost just dropped it to the top right corner. Nobody was there in order to get a vital touch away, should that have been on target, but it's not something which will concern the Journeyman roster so far. Sen gets touched over to that right hand corner, and we do have a Rule 1 between the two ex-teammates Hoggy and Axos. 2v2 situation with Kendo Sen up against Rowlinator and Teddy Bear, as Rowlinator tries to find his teammate in the midfield. Teammate did commit for it, gonna have to turn on this one. Boost in space to work with, pops over Sen, trying to get it onto the backboard, looking for a potential double touch, does get it mid. Rowlinator gonna be there for it, but Teddy Bear with an all-important intervention in order to steer that one away.
Absolutely, good attempt here, and now Sen with a shot, but gets met by Rollinator, and the counter attack. We see a passing. Oh no, this was my bad. I misread the decals, but the goal is still there. TB opening the score for the side of Illusory.
And what a shot it was as well, straight into the top right corner. Sen was unable to get a save onto it. Did get a touch, couldn't divert it away from the goal though. First goal going in favour of Mirage.
Exactly, and now we can see another attack trying to go by Journeyman, but they get demoed out of it. Hoggy has a flip reset, tries to stall, but is not getting past the defense right here. Rollinator going to pass it mid, takes it over the net, no teammate there to help him out, and so no problem for Journeyman to secure this and get away with it.
Off the ceiling, no one's going to be there to continue the potential transition out of defense for Mirage. Hoggy with a 50-50, 2 players go. Kendo dunks at both of them. Rowlinator, last man's going to have to buy time for his team in order to get back. Does so successfully. That was a free touch for Sen. It's banged onto the backboard. Nareed's going to come through. the third man does go for it. It's an open net for Kendo to shoot into. Dimes it straight into the center of the goal. I'm not sure what happened to the Mirage defense, but it's a tied game in game number 1.
It is. It keeps the scoreline very much open, and I do believe I've got a little bit of a freeze. Trying to fix that in a moment and let you keep on talking.
Kendo, 50-50 off the kickoff. Gonna drop back to Axis. This one's gonna drop back to TB. Shot on target. Sen's gonna have to make a save. Does so successfully. Almost approaching half time in this game number 1. It's been a pretty even contested game so far. This one's onto the backboard. Potential for somebody to read it, but no one's gonna be home other than Axis to get the touch away. Onto the backboard once more. It's something which is Mirage side have utilised so well in this opening game. As a whiff on the backboard does eventually allow Hoggy to slot it home for the Mirage advantage once more. Kendo should have done better with that opportunity, but ultimately the defensive journeyman was in absolute disarray, and it does allow Mirage to convert.
Absolutely, and with that lead going into the last 2 minutes and 22 seconds is going Mirage. They're looking good out of the gate here. They seem somewhat reliable in what they want to do, and Journeyman doesn't seem like they've found their footing in this game yet.
Not just yet, but if they want a chance of trying to win this series, trying to win this individual game at that as well, they're going to have to try and shake into it and realise what they have to do in order to try and beat this Mirage roster. Hoggy getting this one past Kendo could allow a window of opportunity for a shot, but Sen with the cut in rotation does divert it away. 15 into mid-reel, rolling it onto the backboard. Kendo's going to have to deal with it. Hoggy coming in thick and fast, decides to fake challenge that one away. Take time, possession on the ball, and minute 40 will see them winning this first game. Hoggy again onto the ceiling, boost to work with, gets one touch, send backwards to it, pops up, teammate's got to be there, it's Axos the challenger against Teddy Bear. Again, no real opportunities coming through for this journeyman roster, it's just kind of being banged onto the backboard, hoping that the defense misses in order to slot it home.
Absolutely, and now we see it's kind of try to take a shot, but TB's there to meet him. But we've got Sen going for an attack, also not getting further than the first defender he's gonna find. And it's at the moment in some sort of a stalemate form, and just as I'm about to say that, Sen with a great shot and putting it into the net to tie up the game once more.
Exactly that, Rowlinator didn't know what to do, couldn't really read the balance off the ceiling, did not get the best touch possible, fell straight onto Sen's car, slots it into the back of the net, a minute remaining, 2-2 scoreline.
Absolutely, and I'm gonna be curious on who's gonna be able to keep this game onto wraps. Is Mirage gonna be able to keep the lead that they've had, the control they've had over the game, or are they gonna give that up right now to the side of Journeyman, who do look like their plays are connecting a bit more, who do look a lot more aggressive than at the start of the game with their demo. Sen on the goal line, able to defend. Axel is not quite able to get up there, but Sen again able to meet Rollinator and get the ball away from the own net.
As I touched on earlier, game 1 probably the most important game of the series. We've got 25 seconds left. One goal could define. It's a great goal line save from Teddy Bear to deny the goal, and potentially the game-winning goal at that as well.
Absolutely, and Sen really had to get out of the way of that shot, because otherwise he would have saved his own teammate's shot. But what a shot here! And it's in from Hockey! Sen not quite able to get up to it and save it. And Hockey puts it away for very likely game number 1.
Sen probably should have been able to save that one. 7 seconds remaining for the journeyman to respond. Senji not too sure if they'll be able to do it. This one, it's pitched back to where they would want it to be. Axos to send it forward. Relinator touch off of the corner, but onto 0-second territory. Ball does hit the ground. Mirage take game 1.
They indeed do, and with that we already have a very interesting course of action here. As you've predicted, Journeyman to go 3-1. They will need to win all 3 games coming up.
Indeed they will. It's definitely something which I wouldn't put past them, but Mirage, again, taking this opening game, the ball is in their court. They've got opportunity to, if they don't have the best game, they can, drop a game and still try and adapt to that. They also have the opportunity to go 3-0 up and force Journeyman into a position where, they have to take a game, or on the flip side, just get swept and lose 4-0, which when you're at the top of the conference is not what you want to be seeing. They need to step up and make a statement.
Indeed, they do. I'm gonna be curious to see what the answer is gonna be from the side of Journeymans as we're about to head into game number 2, played on the loved Forbidden Temple map.
This also may be wrong, so feel free to correct me if I am wrong, and potential Twitch chat or when the players come back and watch this VOD if they are to do so. Journeyman went 8-0 in the first week. Axos did proceed to then go on holiday for the following week over in Japan, so I believe that is the first game which this Journeyman roster has dropped with their main team.
That would explain the somewhat interesting playstyle they've been going for in the first game, where it didn't seem like they were there yet as a team, and definitely could improve over the course of this series and be a real threat to the side of Mirage.
Really couldn't. They need to step up now. Now is the best opportunity to do so. Take this game. You've got a chance of winning the series. If you don't take it one, the best you can do is tie it up. As I say, ball is firmly in Mirage's court. It's a pass infield down from Melanator. Only found Sen, not his teammate Hoggy. As Kendo gets 50 with Teddy Bear. Falls back to Hoggy again. Try and have to beat Axels to this one. Not too much boost to work with. Does get it hit into that back left corner. Again, just trying to keep the play going, keep the ball close and delay time for your team. As Axos' ambition with this play. Sen drives it forward, trying to beat out Melanator. Trying to get it into the centre, does get that touch, does find that pass. Kendo slots it into the bottom right, Journeyman 1-0.
And what a beautiful pass by Sen. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that ball, take it around the Rollinator and into Kendo to make sure they would take the lead.
4 minutes remaining, still plenty of time for Mirage to respond. Sen pops this one up. A second goal here would mean wonders for the Journeyman roster. Finds a double touch, could not find the goal, however, only found the crossbar, and that could have been the spark of life to really set this Journeyman roster afloat.
Absolutely, and here we see a fake play from TP, who didn't quite get the flip reset and nearly was able to turn that into the tying goal for the side of Mirage. But on the other hand, we've got Kendo faced off by TB, and no problem for the defense of Mirage.
Sen off that left hand saddle, 50 with Relnated does come through. 1 second touch onto it, looking to find somebody mid. Kendo had to find the hit. Teddy Bear to try and drop it into the centre. Hoggy's there with the shot. Hoggy is there with the goal to tie it up once again.
Beautifully done by Hoggy and TB, well played again, and Kendo and Sen just didn't really stand a chance to save anything there without pre-jumping.
Again, 3 minutes 17. Anybody still well and truly able to take this game? Somebody will, in fact, take this game. Kendo, this one off the sidewall, Axel to that. Someone's got to be there for the shot, but only Teddy Bear to deny. Sen keeps this one close, finds the flick. Hoggy there again, just being solid in defense, able to turn that one away. Up to the teammate Ralnator, looking again for the double touch. Axel's there, posed on the backboard to deal with the threat. This one's over Teddy Bear, however, Hoggy again with just an amazing read to divert it away from any threat. Teddy Bear again off the backboard to do exactly the same, trying to feed into Ralnator. Could not get any offense going, however, as a bump in the defensive lines does create an opportunity for the Journeyman, but it's flipped straight back onto the head. Ball just rolls into the back of the net, caresses straight into that bottom left-hand corner. Mirage 2-1, Hoggy with the second of the game, and again the Journeyman defense just in disarray.
Very interesting from those two teams, not quite tying the series up. I mean, Mirage taking the lead, showing they not only want to stand a chance against this Journeyman side, but they want to overtake Journeyman on the leaderboard. And as we know, they're only separated by 1 single game at this point.
Hoggy off the left-hand side, gets 2 touches, allows offense to come through. Again, the second goal advantage is going to be huge. It just allows you to delay time that little bit more, little bit less risk, which you need to take. You can, you know, try and go into it a little bit free. Axos pops this one up. Kendo not going to go for it, allows Axos to potentially get a second touch. It is awkward on the goal line, Sen's going to be there, but Teddy Bear just quicker to it. Kendo again just trying to keep it up for Journeyman, but no extra places. We saw it in the first series where Barissa was just going through, getting demos, opening up space, but when the space is created, they just bang the ball away and give away free possession. Sen gonna have to touch this one into the corner, allows Kendo to go for it. Pops it over one, tries to get it over a second, feeds into Axos, looking for the pass back to Kendo. Hoggy there to divert this one onto the crossbar. Sen again looking back to Kendo. The ideas are there, but the execution is just not coming through.
But this execution by Axlos definitely well played from the side of the Journeyman to put that in front. Axlos knew exactly where to be and how to hit that ball just in front of the two defenders, not quite getting there.
Hoggy being so strong in defense this entire series so far, just missing that one on the backboard does allow the opportunity for the Journeyman, which they do take. Another one potentially coming through. Teddy Bear's going to have to deal with it. It's tightly shot into the front post, falls back to Kendo, and Journeyman flip the game on its head.
Absolutely, and what is very interesting to me is the very aggressive positioning we see from Journeyman at the moment. They knew they were kind of in a corner when Mirage was 2-1 up, but ever since then we've just seen all-out attack from the side of Journeyman, and it's working for them.
Really is, and long may it continue.
That is the question.
Kendo trying to get this one through. Flicked over by TB. Axos again just pinching it away off this left hand side. Well, that's an awkward back pass from Hoggy. Kendo tried to touch it down to Axos, but the defense was able to hang on. Conceding another one is not what you want to see on the side of Mirage. However, that is the situation we find ourselves in as Sen as a fourth.
Absolutely, and again, a very aggressive team dynamic that we see with this leading up to this goal. They've been pushing, they've been pressing, and they didn't really allow Mirage to even get out of their half, which really shows for a dominant side and is probably what Journeyman has been aiming for this whole series, but only really now has found the gears to where your teammates are and how to press appropriately.
Hoggy trying to find one shot to potentially start the comeback. Teddy Bear to find it as well, denied away by Sen. All the defense needs to do now on the side of Journeyman is delay time, tie the series up 1-1 and go again for game 3. Hoggy banging this one away, could just go over the top of Kendo, had to find the touch, did so successfully. 10 seconds remaining, it seems all but over, Senji.
It does seem that way. I don't think in this little amount of time we can see a comeback from the side of Mirage, especially when Journeymen are continuing with pushing and pushing. And this ball is about to drop. No, it is not. It stays up. Are we going to see another goal? No, we're not. They let it die just at the goal line.
Now, in this situation, game 3 is the most important, you know, because that does it is security. Somewhat best of 3 to make sure you don't lose. If you lose this third game, you have the potential to lose the overall series, whereas if you take the third game, it's only your side which can win the series. So this next game, all important for both teams, especially considering the league standings, Senji.
Oh, indeed. It is one of the most crucial games there is in a 4-game series, apart from the first one that gets you started. But if you lose the first one, everything's still possible. If you lose the third one with a 1-1, you're not going to be able to win. You can only go and fight for a draw. And especially from the point of view of Mirage, who are currently sitting in 7th, 2 wins away from Journeyman in 3rd, they're gonna have to take it, and they need to really get up there. Otherwise, they've got no chance.
Well, game 3 coming through. The most important game of this series. It could end up being one of the most important games of the season when we get to the latter stages. But Sovereign Heights, this is going to be the map which decides which team does get that all-important match point.
Absolutely, and we can see a first shot and a first attack here by the side of Mirage, but they leave it quite open. Is Rolanator going to be back in time? Yes, he is. Going to be able to clear that ball. Sen keeps on with the pressure, puts it mid for Axlos, but Hockey beats him to it, puts it far away, but Kendo is back on time.
Rolanator trying to dunk onto Kendo. Kendo just using the space appropriately, trying to bait in any 50-50 possible as Seb clears this one away. I believe we're going to see what we've been seeing a lot in these past couple games is just boom a ball away, try and deny as much pressure as possible. Great save from Sem to deny Teddy Bear. Rolnator shot directly, a laser into the top right corner, brings the lead back into Mirage's favour.
Indeed, and what an angle he hit that from, crossbar down. What a beautiful shot from the side of Rolnator. I don't think anyone from the defense expected there a shot to be on target as smooth as this one was, because I'm definitely certain I did not.
Hoggy onto the backboard, look for the double touch, Axos denying that one away. Rolnator to keep up the pressure again. We saw it last game, this game as well. The 2-goal cushion is going to be so important should it come for any of these teams. Axos just hitting this one away again. Hoggy probably going to turn on this one, or maybe just allow Rolnator to go for it. But again, miscommunications. Nobody does end up going for that ball. Could allow a shot from Kendo. It's got to bounce onto the crossbar really awkwardly. Someone's got to be there for a shot. Two players end up going and pinching the ball straight out of defense in favor of the blue side.
Absolutely. What a... I believe it even was a team pinch, but it doesn't matter as TB is not going to be able to get to that ball that ties up this game.
Beautiful shot from Kendo again, just using the space appropriately. Gets the catch, gets the shot, rifles it into the top left corner. Teddy Bear couldn't really do much about it, and genuine level of scorelines once again.
Exactly. What do we see here from this kickoff? Not quite in. Maybe Sato would be happy with it, but we can ask him later as we see TB score off the rebound.
Really unfortunate from the journeyman. Axos had the 50 to recover his aggressive turn. However, the rebound just falls straight to Teddy Bear. Nobody really home to do anything about it. Again, potential third goal coming through. Sent had to deal with the pressure. Maybe it's an issue just for the journeyman kickoffs. Try and hit it into center, play it safe. This one's onto the crossbar. Should have really been a third goal in the 3rd minute for Mirage.
Absolutely. As we can see, Mirage has somewhere found some sort of courage and is going for more aggressive plays themselves to try to counter those aggressive plays we've seen from Journeyman in game number 2, and so far it seems to be working well for the side of Mirage. Does he get the bump? No, he gets a touch and a bump. Is that open? Yes, it would have been, but he just barely misses the goal, goes a little bit too wide. We see a double free reset here from Hockey, but not going to be able to get it past Zen.
Axos trying to bounce dribble this one over Rolnator, unable to do so. Hoggy taking a catch again, just using the space appropriately. This one off the right hand side, all TB's there for the shot. Unable to get it away though. Axos again just with the bounce dribble, trying to find it off that front post. Potential recollection of that 4th goal for the Journeyman in the last game. Sen keeping up the pressure. They need to find an equalizer here. Hoggy again, it's going to be turned in by Sen once more. Off that top right of the goal, you think these mere margins just kind of denying Journeyman, denying Mirage as well at the other end of the field as Hoggy sends it downwards. Not too much boost to work with, no second touch found. Falls back to Teddy Bear to keep the offense alive. Axos clearing this one away. Rolnator cutting in once more. It's a great shot down. Hoggy finally finishes. I didn't even see TB on my screen, but the one person who did was Rolnator. Picked him up successfully. TB tried to find the shot. Rebounded off the post. Hoggy was there to fire home. 3-1 in favour of the blue side.
And this is something I honestly did not expect going into game 3. I expected Journeyman to come out a tiny bit stronger with the momentum from game number 2. But Mirage really has showed up and shown, hey boys, we are absolutely in this. We are not going to get bullied by the side of Journeyman. We can bully back in a sense. But this is a fatal mispass into the middle in front to Kendo, who says, thank you very much, and puts it away.
They had to get the goal soon in order to allow themselves enough time to find an equalizer should it come. They can't afford to concede another goal. They've got 1 minute and 19 left to respond and try and send this one to overtime as Relnator. No boost to continue on the offense. Going to look for some kind of 50. Gets it to duck straight into the net. Sen had to make the save and did so.
Yeah, and barely managed to get that out in time and onto his own crossbar. Now he's a shot on the other side, but TB's there to answer to it. Hockey takes it further. Can he keep the pressure on? No, he cannot, but TB's waiting to get a 50. Makes it even smarter and goes around the defender. Tries to drop it down, but sends there to clear it away.
Offense still coming through though for Mirage. 40 seconds remain on Sovereign Heights. Relnator to send this one into the corner. Again, all Mirage need to do at this point in the game is delay time. It's practically in their grasp. Axos looking for the pass over, unable to find it. Onto the backboard once more. Gonna drop back down to TB. It's a miss on the backboard. Kendo goal line save onto the backboard once more. Surely Hoggy should fire it into the goal. Straight into the centre. No miss. 20 seconds remaining and it's surely in Mirage's hands.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen, especially in the previous series on the second game, we've seen Kronos nearly make, in a similar amount of time, the comeback, but that was just nearly, so who knows what we're going to see from the side of Journeyman, or if Mirage is going to be able to keep their lead over the time, and they don't need much. Every second counting down is a second in their favor. As Relnator takes it the other side away, and I do believe, yes, we can say this game is going to Mirage.
Indeed it is, but the question is now as Relnator adds a fifth, make it 5-2. The question is, how are Journeyman going to respond, if they are at all going to respond? Their defense, they're all just gravitating towards the ball. Nobody is really trying to sit back. There's no really real back post positioning being held. Everyone's just rushing in. And the realistic thing, although I don't want to discredit Mirage by any means, when they have a shot or when they do eventually penetrate the goal, it's normally off of missed shots hitting the post. Journeyman, if they just sit back and wait for these shots to come through onto the backboard, onto the posts, or whatever, they can probably just get a better touch, get a better clearance, rather than expecting every single shot from Mirage to be on target.
Absolutely. As we've seen, especially in this game, Mirage has come out with a whooping, if I count correctly, 12 shots on target, 5 going in. Shows that they've put on way more pressure than we've seen from them in the previous games so far. And I do believe if they can keep that up, if just their aggression in the game, they're going to be looking very strong for this last game.
The question is, other than the Rowlinator rifle into the top right and the Teddy Bear pass redirect, all the goals are probably preventable just with extra patience and with extra trust within your team. Everybody on Journeyman just rushing into the corners is not going to be good for them, not going to be good for their boost management, not going to be good for their positioning, and overall has not been good for them in Game 3, but they need to respond here in order to tie it up.
Indeed, they do, and they try to start it off with Axlos with the first shot on target. Gonna be met by TB, who tries to find the direct counter-attack, but is also not gonna be able to do so.
Nope, unable to do so. Kendo trying to find the opening goal. Hoggy steers this one away. Axlos to pop it up. TB's gonna be there, but beaten out by Sen. Does get the touch over Sen, however. Kendo there. Just trying to 50 this one underneath Relnator, trying to get the dunk onto Hoggy. Axos forces a 50. Sen's going to be there. It's a risky touch, but gets it. Relnator, really bad clearance, but does allow TB to get an opportunity upfield. It's back onto the backboard. Relnator's there once more. Sen clearing this one away. TB's going to cut in and try and keep the offense alive for Mirage. It's something Mirage has done really well over the course of the series, to just allow the consistent pressure to come through and try and make this Journeyman roster panic.
Absolutely, and one thing that I really like the Journeyman is doing is a lot of demos getting a lot of pressure in through that, but they're not placing them at the right point, and they've left TB alive to score the first goal of game number 4.
Precisely that. Starting exactly where they left off. Minute and 10 seconds in. Ball again firmly in Mirage's court. They've got the power. They can win the series, or they can throw the series, and it's going to be decided here in Game 4.
Absolutely, and we can see Sen now trying to find a new attack, try to find somewhere a hole in the defense of Mirage, but Mirage so far shows a strong defense in game number 4, and TB nearly getting the pass over to his teammate in this aerial attack.
TV trying to find a second. Hoggy there. Just again, just all balls going into it. Trying to find this second goal, trying to find that reinsurance, but what an angle that is from Axlos to tie us up once more. It seems Mirage take the lead every game, but Journeyman always fighting, trying to claw themselves back into it, and Axlos does it once again here, but they need to respond, they need to build upon this and try and win this game.
Indeed they do, and they've got 3 minutes and 17 seconds to do so and to get a draw in this series, but Mirage has everything against that, as they are currently on pace to tie up in overall wins with their opposition. As we can see, Sen having an easy clear there, no challenge, but the follow-up double commit by the Journeyman. Can Sen clear it out in time? Yes, he can. But Roland out there snaps in, and is TB fast enough to redirect that in? Yes, he is. Kendo not quite able to defend.
Slight overcommit once more by the Journeyman. Sen went for the mid-right boost. Probably should not have done so, and therefore they concede as a result. 2 minutes 49 remaining again. Mirage firmly on top here. Sen 50 off of the kickoff. Going to fall back to Kendo. Could allow a quick fire response. Surely he's going to drop it back down to Axlos, but Axlos already up. It's straight into the goal. Hoggy had to deal with it. This one's over Sen. 1v1 between Hoggy and Axlos. Hoggy not much moves to work with. Can he find the flick? Forces it underneath instead. Kendo there to clear away and keep the Journeyman in it.
Exactly, as we can see, Axlos now trying to get an attack going. Does find Sen in the middle, but TB is there to save the ball and keep Mirage's hope alive for the moment being. Axlos now, never mind Sen, my bad, going for a redirect on the middle. Kendo gets a shot, but TB's there and the demo was on the wrong person.
Sen gonna hit this one away. 2 minutes left for the Journeyman to respond, find at least one more goal and concede no others. Axlos into the corner. Kendo surely gonna try and get a hit onto this one. Attempted it, unable to find it. Teddy Bear knocks it past 2. Axlos the last defender. Teddy Bear, can he knock it past 3? Does so. Someone's got to be there for the shot. Kendo though, with an all-important intervention, could be the turning point in this game, Senji.
It could be, an Axlos might get a shot here. Oh wait, that's the wrong net, my bad. I just got faked by Axlos there, my bad.
Well, Axlos definitely flew past the ball and it could have been detrimental for the Journeyman defense, but Teddy Bear unable to fake out that second player and slot it into the back of the net. No 3-1 scoreline just yet for Mirage. It's a great bump by Hoggy. It's great plays all over from the side in blue. They make it 3-1 this time around. They got a minute to hang on.
They do, and what a beautiful attack overall it was again from Mirage, and it's 1 minute and 8 seconds. Do you think Journeyman has it in itself to get back and win this, especially with another goal added on top of it?
No.
Okay, strong statement. So my prediction shall be correct according to Potter.
Yep, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Perfect.
even before that fourth goal went in, my answer was going to be the exact same. Journeyman, as I say, their defense hasn't changed. They've overcommitted a lot more. It seems that they've became a lot more desperate for goals, trying to force opportunities rather than just waiting for them to arrive on their own. And it's really kind of detrimented them here as Rowley adds a fifth. It seems there's absolutely nobody home in the defensive lines of Journeyman.
It looks like it, and I think at the moment this is now going towards stat padding from the side of Mirage, as I don't see a way that Journeyman is going to turn this around. I mean, it's still possible, but I honestly don't see it happening, and who knows, maybe Mirage is going to score 2 more for the almighty and beautiful Brazil.
Well, 30 seconds left, and you know, we might have answer to that. That could end up being a 6 should it slot into the bottom left-hand corner. It doesn't do it. It does come off of that left-hand post. Instead, 2 players go looking for a potential pinch into the back of the net. Al-Hoggy and Relnator, but it doesn't come through as 15 seconds count down. I mean, it's all but over, and it's been all but over for a while, Sanji.
It has been, and I gotta say, what a beautiful play and series from the side of Mirage. They really subverted the expectations, especially of you, and let's be honest, even though I predicted them to go 3-1, I didn't really think they would go 3-1, so they've really subverted the expectations we've all had going into this, and well played is all I can say.
Yeah, exactly, Senji. I mean, it was a good series all round. However, I suppose it's just a congratulations kind of have to go to Mirage in this one. Journeyman, we expected better from the Journeyman roster, or at least, I expected better from the Journeyman roster. As I believe Ark put it correctly in the Twitch chat, they went 8-0 first week and now have gone 3-9. As far as the games have gone so far, whether or not they've still got a series to play this week, I'm not too sure on. But it hasn't been the great couple of weeks on this. But again, I mentioned it in either game 2 or game 3. It's about the response and how they build on that going forwards. If they're looking at trying to make the change, try and find out what the issues lie, where they lie, and then responding onto that, trying to build up some results, build a little bit of momentum heading into the latter weeks and into really the mid-season. Obviously, you got to play everybody twice in RSC. It's about trying to get as many head-to-head advantages as you can, because that's only going to help your team in the future.
Absolutely, and we'll see over the course of the next few weeks how those two teams are going to stack up against other teams and against themselves again, as they are going to be facing each other once more. And maybe by that time, the Axelos coming back, mishaps that have happened in this series potentially might be sorted out, and in time they might be again a very strong roster going 8-0 for a few weeks again. Who knows?
Well, Senji, it's been an absolute pleasure being back with you once again. Thank you for hitting the buttons for the past 3 hours. Thank you to you, Sato Kingsman, and I suppose myself as well for casting the games to date. But that is all the action we have for you for today's stream. Back with you later in the week for some more RSC action. So thank you and take care.
Goodbye.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you? Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire.